What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Alexander Ayling, and this is my wife, Carrie Rad.
Hello, everyone.
And this video is a little bit different. We're doing a collaboration series, one video on my channel, one video over on Carrie's, where we're going to be doing a little bit of comparing and contrasting Americans in New Zealand.
Now, we've been here for a year now.
Yep.
And we feel like we've picked up on some slangs here in New Zealand. It's very common to have these New Zealand phrases, these Kiwi phrases. Mm-hmm. I feel like you have the upper hand.
I have an unfair advantage. Disclaimer, my dad is a Kiwi. I grew up with a lot of Kiwi slang in my household. I always had my friends come over in California in high school and stuff, and they would just be perplexed by these things that my dad would say. I'd have to translate for him. And so what we're doing is we're taking this book. Now, when we moved here a year ago, my mom snuck this book into my bag. It's from 1984, and it is a personal Kiwi Yankee dictionary for the New Zealand traveler. It's from 1984, so it could be a little bit antiquated.
There are probably inappropriate things, I would imagine.
Definitely.
So if there's something that we say that we shouldn't be saying in this video, a little disclaimer.
We apologize.
Just know that we don't realize. We're going to do our best to not pick anything that's like...
I'm going to do my best to pick the most outlandish thing in here.
Okay, fine.
The rules of the game are this. We each get to choose 10 words.
Okay.
Then the other person has to try to guess what it means. If you guess it correctly, you get a point. And whoever gets the most points wins.
Okay.
Simple?
Love it.
Let's go. Since I have the unfair advantage...
Mm-hmm. I can go first.
You can go first.
Okay. I have never opened this book before, so my only New Zealand Kiwi knowledge is through experience. Also your dad a little bit. I feel like I understand your dad a little bit more now that I've lived in New Zealand for a year.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Don't show me. Also, if we need clarification, we can ask for that word to be used in a sentence.
Okay. Okay. The word Jen.
Jen?
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to use it in a...
Can you spell it?
Do you want me to use it in a sentence?
First, I'd like it to be spelt.
J.
J?
No. G-E-N.
Jen. I'm thinking maybe like generous, generational. Okay, yes, please use it in a sentence.
What's the Jen, Sam?
What is the general outlook? Is it going to rain today? How's the stock market doing? How are your sheep?
You're getting close.
What's the Jen? Tell me what's happening.
Pretty much. The answer is news.
What's the news?
Sam?
Okay, what's happening? I think, does that count? Did I get that?
Yeah.
You think so?
Get that.
Okay.
But I'm just nice.
1 point. Ding! You are nice. I'll do my best to play nice as well. Okay, so 1 point for me.
Okay. I wonder if this is actually valid today. In
comment section,
yeah.
Internet, tell us if these words are even still relevant.
Do you guys say the word Jen?
What's the Jen?
What's the Jen, Sam?
Okay, here we go. I mean, honestly, I have to say this because it's the first word that popped up when I opened this. No kidding. All right. Shag. S-H-A-G.
Doesn't it mean to have sexy time?
Sexy time. Well, let's see what the...
I thought you were reading the description.
No, it doesn't say sexy time.
I was like, wow.
It says, to juxtapose a male and a female of the human species in such a way that species perpetuation may result if deliberate precautions are not taken.
Shag me, baby.
Yeah. Shag me. Didn't Austin Powers say that?
Yeah.
Shag me rotten.
That's why I know it.
Okay. So there are a couple of different definitions here. G'day, Shag, which is hi, buddy.
Oh.
And then there is a shag, which is a seabird, a cormorant, most subspecies of which have a comical topknot.
My brain would either go to the sexy time shag or a shag rug or like carpet.
Both of which, well, you could have a sexy time shag on a shag carpet.
Double shag.
Shag me double, baby. Okay, so you get a point too. It's a tie game.
All right.
Please excuse the bad British. I can't do a Kiwi accent. I can do an Australian accent like nobody's bloody problem. I can do a British accent. I can't really do a Kiwi accent. It's just somewhere in between and it's hard to pinpoint. Tell me if that's your experience as well. Excited over here.
Just wait. What is a northerly?
Northerly. Well, I know that a southerly is like a storm that has really bad cold winds. So maybe a northerly is a storm that has warm winds?
The warm wind from the north.
Yes! That's two.
There you go. Good
I
job.
mean, come on, choosing something weather related over here. I feel
gave
like
you that one.
Oh yeah?
I knew that southerly was that as well, but I've never heard northerly. Have you?
No.
I've never heard northerly used in a sentence. People always say like, there's the southerly.
There's a southerly coming. You better batter down
Which
the
is
hatches.
what I had to learn when I was here. I was like, what does southerly mean? And then I found out by experience what a southerly was.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm going to do something from the beginning of the alphabet. Bigbickies.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Sam just got promoted. He's in the bigbickies now.
He's in the bigbickies now. I love that they use the word Sam for everything.
Yeah.
We know two Sams in New Zealand.
Yeah. My cousin Sam. So
my
I'm
friend Sam.
just thinking Sam. Okay, great. Well, either one of them just got promoted and they're in the bigbickies now.
The big leagues. They're in the bigbickies. They're in the...
Here, let me give you another one. Well, actually, no, that one just gives it away.
The bigbickies, and they got a promotion, and they're in the bigbickies. Bick? Like, they're making more money?
Lots of money.
Lots of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you that. You got that.
Okay.
Sam just got promoted. He's in the high income bracket now. He's in the bigbickies.
Do you think that us using it in a sentence is too much of a giveaway?
It might be, but...
Maybe we should try no sentences.
Ooh, but then it's
guess.
just too hard.
It's way too hard.
Because this is weird. Right in front of it, bickies. You'd think bigbickies, meaning lots of money, but bickies just means biscuits.
Interesting.
Crackers or like, cookies. Maybe if you like are being, you get a promotion, you get a lot of crackers.
Big biscuits.
Uh-huh.
Equals big money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not to be confused with bikies, which are members of a New Zealand motorcycle gang.
Do you guys say big bickies when people get promoted? I want to know. I haven't heard it yet, but again, we've only been here for a year, so okay.
All right, so what is that? That's we're 2 for 2. We got to go start digging deeper.
So
it's a tie game.
I'm gonna do a phrase.
Okay.
Has the makings.
Has the makings?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just gonna go on a limb here and say like, it seems to be, or it will be. It has the makings of being something.
Yeah, I guess you're pretty much right. He has the makings of a good worker. He shows promise of being or becoming a good worker.
He has the makings of the bigbickies.
There you go. Now you're really speaking in Kiwi.
Let's move them all together. Or, never mind, no. All right, so that's 3. I got 3, you got 2. Here we go. Okay, how about to do a Hollywood?
To do a Hollywood.
Which applies to us because we both lived in Los Angeles.
To do a Hollywood.
Yeah.
Can we use it in a sentence? No, is it too obvious?
I have a tendency from time to time to do this.
To do a Hollywood.
I do a Hollywood from time to time. I get carried away. Usually in a social setting with a couple of drinks.
Oh, where you just like talk too much?
No. Maybe, but that's not what it is. Thank you. Thanks. You're supposed to be like supposed to have my back. You're supposed to tell me my jokes are all funny.
Do impressions?
Nope.
Use it in a sentence.
No, I can't because it'll give it right away.
Do a Hollywood.
I already did. I
just guessed 3 times, so I think I didn't get it. Just saying. You know?
Yeah, Tom has a tendency of doing a Hollywood when he tells a story.
Exaggerating.
See, I gave it to you. Yeah, that's right.
That's always exaggerate. I should have known that. Anytime Alex tells a story, just know it's like exaggerated to the fullest potential.
True.
You're a good storyteller.
Exaggerated to the fullest potential? No. That's called a lie. I don't lie in my stories.
No, you don't lie per se, but you make it a lot more dramatic. And sometimes you change like the way that people say things. Like he always like makes it sound like.
But it's a damn good story.
Okay, fine. I don't think I got that one.
I don't think you got it.
Gonna be
so, 3-2.
What is the word diddums? What does diddums mean?
Diddums. Diddums. How is it spelled?
Diddums.
Is it a verb or an adjective or a noun?
Something that you're doing.
Doing diddum. Can you use it in a sentence?
Without giving it away? All the diddums came out when she saw the baby.
Feelings? I don't know.
You didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
Affectionate baby talk when talking to a baby.
Diddum.
A heavily sarcastic expression of sympathy when addressed to an adult. Oh, diddums, did you really lose all your money at the races yesterday? If you had taken me to the beach instead, as you promised, it wouldn't have happened, would it?
So it's something that a wife or a girlfriend says to a partner when the partner decided to go do the one thing that they wanted to do, whether that was gambling or and made a mistake, and then afterwards is being chastised lightly.
So it's essentially sarcastic expression of sympathy, or it's the way that you're talking to a baby. So if you're like, oh, then that means that then you could say diddums.
Your diddums are very different though. Like baby talk diddum and then sarcastic to me diddums are 2 entirely different things.
I think they're entirely different things here too.
Gink. Gink.
Gink. Oh gosh. Can we use it in a sentence?
Have a gink at that.
Have a try?
Nope.
Have a look?
Yes.
Okay.
But did you get that?
Yeah.
No.
You used it in a sentence.
Yeah.
I got it. I guess we could just try to not use it in a sentence and just like pull something.
I think we just have to I don't think you got that.
Okay.
But maybe it's related to wink. Have a wink at that. Have a gink at that. Gink. What do you think? Gink, wink?
Maybe, but...
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
No.
It says North Island. Mm-hmm. Have a gink at that.
Have a gink at that.
Look at that.
Have a gink.
So what is that? It's 3-2. 1st to 7.
Okay, I'm going to give you a phrase. Ladies a plate, gents a crate.
Ladies a plate, gents a crate. Wow, I have no idea what that means. I have never heard that before.
I wonder if this is so totally 80s and just not a thing here anymore.
Well, I know that there's Crate Day, which just recently happened here, which is supposedly a holiday in which you and your mates each buy a crate of beer and drink it all yourself and get completely hammered. So ladies a plate, so maybe the ladies are making making food and the gents are drinking beers.
You pretty much got it.
No way!
It's a party invitation with the female guests providing the food and most likely the male guests providing the drink.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm actually surprised that I got that.
It says CBYOB, which we know what that means because we have it in the States. But
ladies
essentially,
a plate, gents a crate.
So the guys bring the beer and the girls bring...
Wow.
I wonder if that's so 80s though and not a thing anymore.
Maybe.
Is that a thing anymore?
Ladies a plate, gents a crate?
Let us know. Okay.
Honestly, if it hadn't have been Crate Day last weekend, then I would not have
known that
I wouldn't have known that. So you almost got me. So 4-2. All right. Pike out.
Pike out.
P-I-K-E.
Pike out.
To pike out.
To pike out. Strike out? Am I right? Party out? Like party hard? To pike out? Pike?
You're on the right trail.
Okay, to party hard. To like party so hard that you're like exhausted. You're like, I'm piked out. Pike out.
It's getting closer.
Really?
Yeah.
Pike out. You kind of like strike out, like you like pull yourself out of the whole party scene because you're just exhausted.
Wow, you got it.
Really?
Yeah, you got it.
You didn't even use it in a sentence.
Usually to quit drinking beer before your friends are willing to admit they have reached their capacity. It can refer to putative, premature cessation of other activities.
Okay, I should get like 5 points for that one. Because you didn't even use it in a sentence.
Okay, I'll give you 2 points
No,
for that.
you don't
And then
have to do
it's,
that.
okay, all right.
No, just give me
1
my
point.
1 point. Yeah.
4-3. That was really good. I was surprised.
Thanks.
Pike
I was
out.
surprised too.
I'm like the king of piking out. I didn't used to be. In my early 20s, I was there until the bitter end. But nowadays, in my early 30s, I'm like, I'm gonna pike out here. See you guys. I like my mornings, a little bit of coffee, and not a lot of a hangover. Okay.
Roman fingers.
I don't know. I'm just gonna play off of the idea of like, in America, there's a phrase when somebody has sticky fingers, it means that they steal things. So maybe Roman fingers is like a thief.
Incorrect. High school slang for the digits of a boy who, when juxtaposed to a member of the opposite sex, can't keep his hands to himself.
So somebody who likes to play touchy-feely in high school.
Essentially, he just can't keep his hands to himself. We don't like Roman fingers.
No.
Consent, people.
Yeah. I mean, don't go around using your Roman fingers.
No.
This is definitely a 1980s book.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just grab her. No, it's not okay. All right. Boob.
In other words, not the boob that we know.
I mean, everybody knows what boobs are, but I said boob.
Boob, just one boob?
A boob.
A boob. Well,
Yeah.
obviously we know what a boob is. It is one of...
I made a boob.
I made a boob. Like a boo-boo? A mistake? I'm right. Moving on.
A goof.
A goof is a mistake
Or
too.
a boo-boo.
A boo-boo, yeah.
So wait, what
Too
was it?
easy.
You were talking in, what was it? Diddums?
Diddums.
A boo-boo.
A boo-boo.
Oh, she's talking in diddums. Well, I made a boo-boo by choosing boob.
I made a boo-boo by choosing northerly for you.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so it's tied.
Yeah.
It's 4-4.
Nice.
I may have just given you that to make it interesting. I also may have read this entire book from beginning to end.
Have you really? You would.
No, I
You
haven't.
would.
I haven't, I swear.
Aw, meat pie. You know what that one means.
Gotta love a good meat pie.
I know that one very well. What's a shandy?
Too easy. Far too easy. A shandy. My first...
You know what a shandy is?
Yes, the first time I ever got alcohol handed to me by my father was here in New Zealand when I was about 12 years old, and I was given a shandy. And a shandy is part lemonade, or Sprite, mixed with beer.
Wow, you got it. I had no idea what that is. I just
Yeah.
learned something new.
Yeah, shandies, they're actually pretty good.
Sounds like I'd love
I
that.
think you would actually like a shandy.
Why have you not given me a shandy?
Because it's designed for, adolescents.
Oh, okay. Well, it
Teenagers.
says for the ladies who don't particularly like alcohol, but they'll have a mixture of lemonade and beer. It's so weird to say ladies. Ladies drink beer? This is definitely from the 80s.
It is, but a shandy is, it's a fairly good drink.
This is not.
So
Appropriate.
I will take that point, which was so easily handed to me. That's 5-4. We're playing till 7, so we're getting close. Drench.
What the New Zealand rain does to you.
I mean, obviously that's the.
When it's raining and Wilson's outside, he's drenched.
He's definitely drenched, but not like that.
Wilson is our pet orphaned lamb.
But Wilson knows about drenches. He knows about being drenched.
Yeah. So is drench not what I think it is?
No.
Okay. Being super drunk.
Drenched.
Drenched.
I'm so drenched right now.
That'd actually be a good word for it.
That would be a good word for it.
Good
Comment
enough.
section. Should we just make that a thing now? Let's get drenched. No, it's not that.
No. What is
It's to drench a sheep or a cow does not mean to dump them in a vat of something. Instead, a man with a tank on his back connected by a hose to a water pistol-like device in his hand
Oh,
grabs each
vaccine.
animal, shoves the pistol down his throat, and shoots in a dose of medicine.
Why I should know this, honestly. What is wrong with me? My neighbor literally said drench to me the other day because he drenched Wilson, and I walked Wilson down the street because his shepherdess had a backpack on with a tube, and she drenched his mouth. And when they originally said drench, I thought they were going to be getting him like
Really wet?
really
Cleaning him?
Well, like cleaning him from. I was like, what is
Yeah.
about to happen? He's getting drenched. What does that mean? And hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's to stop parasites.
Yeah.
In their gut.
Wilson was just recently drenched,
Yeah. So he's
so he's
parasite free.
yay.
Okay. There you go.
I should have known that.
I feel like we're learning. This is a good video. We're learning a lot about this very unique dialect of English.
I just didn't think that it would be like farmers'
Oh yeah, I mean
words.
half of that dictionary is
Is
farmer
farmers'
words.
words, yeah.
For sure.
Okay, I know what this one means, and I love it when people say, "Let's get stuck into it."
Yeah.
Let's
that's
get
a
stuck
good one.
into.
That's too easy though.
Yeah, I know.
Getting stuck into something means like getting started, diving in.
Gas bag. Your dad says gas bag. It's never.
That's a good one too.
No,
That's somebody a woman who
This is
talks
a
too
woman
much,
who
right?
talks- Yeah, don't do that one. Your dad does
She's
say
a
gas
gas bag.
He always says gas bag.
Oh man.
Dog's breakfast.
Dog's breakfast is a hangover. No? Barf.
I mean, you could describe barf as dog's breakfast, I guess. But that's not what the answer is.
I know that it's like, oh, you're drinking alcohol in the morning.
No.
No? What is it?
So you got it wrong.
I got it wrong.
A unholy mess. Like somebody's office could be a dog's breakfast.
An unholy mess.
That's dog's breakfast.
Wow. Okay. So if you walk into somebody's room and there's just stuff everywhere,
Yeah.
it's a dog's breakfast.
Yeah.
A lolly scramble.
Lolly cake scramble.
No. A lolly scramble.
So I know that there's lolly cake
And there's lollies.
and there's lollies.
What are lollies?
Lollies are candies.
Okay.
And I had to learn that because lollies in the US are lollipops, like a lollipop. But a lolly in New Zealand means just like a candy. So
Usually like a chewy one.
yeah. So what was it?
A
A
lolly
lolly
scramble.
scramble is a mix of candies. A mix of different lollies.
No, but you should definitely watch the next video over on Carrie's channel, which is us trying a bunch of different lollies, a bunch of different
Yeah.
New Zealand sweets and treats.
We haven't tried them yet. They're waiting for us. and
No,
I'm very
but that
excited.
is not what a lolly scramble is.
But that is what we're filming next. So click the link in the description box to watch it, or a card here.
Yeah.
The lolly scramble
Lolly scramble, I don't think
has
you got
nothing
it.
to do with
No,
candy.
no. So
Huh.
here we go. Are you... No?
I'm okay.
Okay. Originally an activity engaged in at kids' parties where double handfuls of candy are thrown on the floor and the kids scramble for them. Rather like what happens when someone finally succeeds in busting a piñata.
Ah, okay.
The term now has a wider application as describing any kind of undignified attempt by groups of people to, quote unquote, get theirs. The playing off of one political candidate against another in terms of pre-election promises has been described as the election time lolly scramble.
So essentially when COVID hit and everybody went to go out to get their toilet paper, it was a lolly scramble.
Yeah, it was a toilet paper scramble for sure. I like that though. Also, I just like the image of a bunch of little children on the floor running around trying to
So it is
candy.
also a scramble of different candies.
I guess 2 handfuls of candies thrown on the floor and entertain yourselves, children. 5 to 4, and I'm 2 wins away from victory.
All right, the next word is minge.
Mingy. Mingy. Is it mingy?
Minge? Oh, minge? Minge?
Is it mingy? I know that if somebody's mingy, they're like kind of just like unkempt. They're like, sloppy.
I think it's mingy.
Mingy?
Yeah.
Mingy. I know that there is a bad word that's like you mingy. I think it's a British word. Mingy.
Maybe they do say it like that because I can see it being used inappropriately in different ways.
You mingy unt.
I think it's mingy, and I think that it means what dingy means, and it refers to only to a person, not only to a person, but to objects. For instance, that's a pretty mingy piece of pie she sold you. That's a pretty small and tattered piece of pie.
Tattered. I said unkempt. That's tattered.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's mingy?
Mingy. It's mingy.
Okay. Because I was looking at dingy.
No.
And I was like, oh, is it mingy?
No, it's mingy.
Okay, mingy.
Yeah,
so
if something's mingy, yeah, like it's like unkempt, like, ooh, it's mingy. Yeah, that's definitely from England. That's a British word too.
Okay.
That's number 6.
Okay.
Minge, from fringe, perhaps. This term refers to the short and curly pelt which is found in the pelvic triangle of Homo sapiens.
Interesting.
Yeah, this particular term refers to the female of the species. Short and curlies, privates, crutch, crutching, minge. Mingy, a cross between miserly and dingy. It refers not only to people but to objects. For instance, that's a pretty mingy piece of pie she sold you. That's a pretty small and tattered piece of pie she sold you. Mingy, yeah.
Okay, because I guess we say dingy. Diggy. What do we say in the US?
Dinghy? A dinghy is a small boat.
But people say like that's a dinghy.
A dinger? I had a friend who used to call people dingers. Like, they're idiots. But
okay,
okay, that's number 6. That's number 6.
Okay.
A Toby.
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 Why do I feel like I've heard this one before? Just kill it.
Yeah, it's so bad. They come back from the dead. Toby. Toby.
A Toby.
Yeah.
Sorry. Am I boring you? Somebody who works on a boat? I'm totally making something up.
No, it's not somebody who works on a boat.
I had to guess something.
But a Toby is a word that we should have known because the Toby is the master valve for a building ordinarily located under a metal cover in the sidewalk. Who was Toby anyway? Turn off the Toby so I can fix the tap. We did not turn off the Toby.
No.
And we did not fix the tap.
No.
So, Toby. Now we know.
Okay. Gotta turn off Toby just so that this doesn't happen.
Holy.
Act the goat.
Act the goat? Mm-hmm. To joke around? To act the goat? Act like a show off?
No, it just means like playing the fool.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
Didn't I? Showing off? It's hot. Hot.
Are you okay? You're so hot.
I'm just sweating my ass off.
Okay, here's the phrase.
Okay.
Ear wagging.
Ear wagging is when somebody just talks your ear off. They just talk too much.
You're right.
Too talkative.
Got it.
Nice! Is that 7?
Is that one that your dad says? I feel like your dad says ear wagging.
He may have said that. Running your mouth. Often referred to to nagging, it can also refer to any running off at the mouth.
I've never heard that
Ear
one.
wagging.
Ear wagging.
Okay, well, that wraps it up.
Do I not get one more try?
No, I already just made it to 7, and that's the end of the game.
Okay.
We're over. But guess what we do get to try on your channel?
Snacks. Lots of Kiwi classic snacks. So I reached out to my Kiwi audience on Instagram and I told everyone to send me in your favorite classic Kiwi snacks. And so I got a lot of really great recommendations. So when Alex and I were in the grocery store the other day, we grabbed a bunch of stuff that we've already started preparing. Some in the freezer, we have some in the refrigerator, some just waiting for us on the counter. And
it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good as trying snacks that we've never tried before. Some of them we've had, but lots of them we've never tried before. So you guys can enjoy the laughter at our expense of trying random things that we don't know what they are.
We'll see you over on Carrie's channel. Well, everyone, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please do us a favor, give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and make sure you are subscribed to both of our channels so you don't miss out on any upcoming content.
Also, don't forget in the comments below, let us know if these were actually a thing, if they really mean still today what they mean, because as we said, this book is from the 80s, so who knows?
And if you have any of your own Kiwi slang, drop it down there in the comments section.
Yeah, what other things do we need to know?
All right, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.